They're in the gate. They're off and racing on this Tuesday at Presque Downs. In between horses, Vaccina sent out after the early lead with Serial ID second to the outside. Those two open up by 2 lengths already on Two Docs I Don't Brag in third. Right behind them in the two-path is Motito, and geared up is at the back, some 7 from the front runner, and that is Vaccina. Gadiel Martinez looking to run away and hide here. 3-1 in the wagering, has the advantage by a length and a half, 2 on Serial ID, the long shot in the field. The gap of another 6-7 lengths back. On the inside, Two Docs I Don't Brag. Motito right alongside, challenging and now taking over on the third spot. And still another 3.5 back to the trailer, geared up. Vaccina with the lead, holding on. Serial ID still in the thick of things right there second. Those two continue to be clear by a good 7 lengths. In third, Motito will try to close in that gap from the back of the pack. Now geared up is now moving outside of Two Docs I Don't Brag. It's still Vaccina with the advantage. Serial ID still there within 2 or 3 lengths from the leader, but closing in from third is the one to fear. Here comes a run from Motito and Ronald Allen Jr. on the outside. He's full of run and closing quickly on Vaccina, who has the lead. Right behind them in fourth comes geared up. He's going to get a share of this one, but right now Vaccina try to hold it together. Gadiel Martinez with the lead, continuing to make progress with Motito right behind that geared up, but Vaccina gave him the slip and is going to pull away here. Much the best, Vaccina. They won't catch her today. Back in second was Motito, finishing third, geared up. Rounding off your super was Serial ID. Winning time is unavailable. 1:33. They're in the gate. They're off and racing on this Tuesday at Presque Downs. In between horses, Vaccina sent out after the early lead with Serial ID second to the outside. Those two open up by 2 lengths already on Two Docs I Don't Brag in third. Right behind them in the two-path is Motito, and geared up is at the back, some 7 from the front runner, and that is Vaccina. Gadiel Martinez looking to run away and hide here. 3-1 in the wagering, has the advantage by a length and a half, 2 on Serial ID, the long shot in the field. The gap of another 6-7 lengths back. On the inside, Two Docs I Don't Brag. Motito right alongside, challenging and now taking over on the third spot. And still another 3.5 back to the trailer, geared up. Vaccina with the lead, holding on. Serial ID still in the thick of things right there second. Those two continue to be clear by a good 7 lengths. In third, Motito will try to close in that gap from the back of the pack. Now geared up is now moving outside of Two Docs I Don't Brag. It's still Vaccina with the advantage. Serial ID still there within 2 or 3 lengths from the leader, but closing in from third is the one to fear. Here comes a run from Motito and Ronald Allen Jr. on the outside. He's full of run and closing quickly on Vaccina, who has the lead. Right behind them in fourth comes geared up. He's going to get a share of this one, but right now Vaccina try to hold it together. Gadiel Martinez with the lead, continuing to make progress with Motito right behind that geared up, but Vaccina gave him the slip and is going to pull away here. Much the best, Vaccina. They won't catch her today. Back in second was Motito, finishing third, geared up. Rounding off your super was Serial ID. Winning time is unavailable. 1:33. They're in the gate. And away they go. Center track, Boom and Goose, outside Claw. These two vying for the lead, but Claw taking over. Then 3 of them across the track. St. Patty's Daddy towards the rail third. 3 wide is See the King. And at the back between horses, the early trailer is going to be Castle King. As they cruise around that turn, Claw reaches out and takes over on the lead. He's got it by 2. Sitting in second, Boom and Goose, and Pablo Morales stalked that pace. Into third comes Castle King. Then down along the inside, St. Patty's Daddy and See the King at the back. They're all chasing Claw. Walber Alencar, 5-1 in the late wagering, has the advantage by 3 lengths. In second, Boom and Goose is still right there. Up on the outside is Castle King with See the King towards the inside. And then at the back of the pack is Castle King. They head around that turn, and Claw still with that lead, but they're gaining on the leader. Here comes Boom and Goose on the outside. St. Patty's Daddy beginning to roll up the inside. Will need racing room. Behind them, Castle King and See the King at the back. It's still Claw holding the advantage. Boom and Goose asks for a little bit more, trying to catch up to the leader down on the inside. St. Patty's Daddy is moving nicely in third and about to challenge Boom and Goose for second. Then back and forth comes See the King. Now, here comes a challenge. Boom and Goose swings to the outside. St. Patty's Daddy down on the inside. Claw trying to keep up between horses. Then back and forth, See the King, followed by Castle King. It's St. Patty's Daddy taking a short lead away from Claw. They're on the outside, Boom and Goose, and now closing in is See the King. It's St. Patty's Daddy, Antonio Giardo with the lead. Outside, Boom and Goose can't get to second. Hanging on tough is Claw, but St. Patty's Daddy gets the win at 9-5. Winning time 1:43.2. 5-2 second choice, late money on the 7. And they're off and racing in the 4th. On the far outside, it is Show Me the Sisters breaking for the lead. Up the rail goes Side Action. A couple of nickies between horses and caught very wide there. Iova to the far outside. Then we drop back towards the rail. She's a Threat is next to last, and the trailer is Barola. They make their way around the turn. They're chasing Show Me the Sisters. Got the advantage down by just a little over a length. In second, a couple of nickies. Long Shot is there. Down on the rail, Side Action now got company on the outside from both Iova and Call Tony. And still another 2.5 lengths back to the trailers. She's the Threat and Barola. The quarter mile went in 25-1. And it is Show Me the Sisters with the lead. Second on the outside, a couple of nickies about to be joined by Side Action moving nicely on the rail. Following that one up the rail is Call Tony. Outside, Iova is still right there. And then at the back, we have Barola outside of She's a Threat. Show Me the Sisters trying to make every step a winning one. Holds on to the lead. Here comes Iova. Walber Alencar comes alive on the far outside, but 3 wide with a couple of nickies and Side Action towards the rail. Behind them, She's a Threat and Barola there on the far outside. They're all chasing Show Me the Sisters. Alberto Burgos still with that lead. Iova now moving on the outside. Down on the rail, Side Action gets the dream trip. And then up between horses, here comes She's a Threat making a nice move. Far outside, Iova and Barola. It's still Show Me the Sisters hanging on to the lead. Down on the inside is Side Action passed by She's a Threat, who's moving up on the outside. It's Show Me the Sisters. Late charge, She's a Threat, but Show Me the Sisters will show you the way to the winner's circle. She's a Threat second, back in third, Side Action, and Barola finishes 4th. Winning time 1:39.4. 2-year-olds in line. And they're off and racing. Coming out for the early lead. Down on the inside, Shama breaks quickly here today. Right alongside between horses, Tango Mike up to take the lead. Outside in third is City Tripper. Then we drop back another length to Schiffhauer Strong, sitting in 4th and on the move. Down along the rail comes Willie Wando. And then another 2 legs back to Falk, followed by the distant trailer, who is Mo Visitor. Short lead for Shama. Pablo Morales trying to take him all the way. Sitting in second, Tango Mike on the outside. Moving nicely, City Tripper. Long Shot on the outside. Up the rail comes Schiffhauer Strong. And Falk is full of run, caught wide on the outside, but gaining on the top 3. Any one of these could win this one. It's a mad dash to the finish line with down on the inside, Shama and Pablo Morales, the one to catch. Angling off the inside, Schiffhauer Strong now coming at him in second. Up the rail third is Tango Mike. Outside, Falk now trying to finish well. Also, Mo Visitor coming with a rush, but Shama's got the lead, and they're not going to catch her today. Back in second, Schiffhauer Strong. Mo Visitor up late for third, and Falk rounds off your super. Winning time, 1:03 4/5 seconds. They're in the gate. And they're off and racing in the 6th. Down on the inside, Craziness, Lord Barna, and between those two, Heated Night sprints through and challenges for the lead, 6 a nose in front of Craziness. Right behind them, Lord Barna. Towards the inside comes Jen's Song. And then moving up behind that pack is Patriot Drive. The early trailers are going to be on the outside, Orazio and Chicken Wilbur up the inside. They make the turn for the backside with a length and a quarter advantage. It's Heat of the Night. Alberto Burgos out there 3-1. Did the quarter in 25 and 2/5 seconds. Back in second, that is the Craziness. Orazio and Patriot Drive moving together. And then we drop back towards the inside to Jen Song, Lord Barna, and at the back now is Chicken Wilbur. The pace setter is Heat of the Night. Alberto Burgos has got the advantage by about 2 lengths. Orazio is all the way up into second. Towards the rail third is the Craziness. Then comes Patriot Drive in the 4th position. On the outside, Lord Barna looking to move up. Then at the back of the pack, Chicken Wilbur outside of Jen Song. It's still Heat of the Night with the advantage. On the outside second, Orazio is there. And now moving 3 wide, here comes Patriot Drive up into second. Has got his sights set on the leader. Down on the rail, Craziness is there. Lord Barna on the far outside and looking to move late is going to be Chicken Wilbur. And down on the inside, Jen Song looks for racing room. Off the turn, 3 of them across the track. Heat of the Night in between horses. Down on the rail, Craziness and Patriot Drive on the outside, gaining on the leader. Behind them, Orazio and Jen Song. It's still Heat of the Night holding the lead. Back in second, Craziness battling with Patriot Drive. But Alberto Burgos gets another win today with Heat of the Night. Patriot Drive second best. Back in third, Craziness. And rounding off the super, Chicken Wilbur. Winning time 1:41 and 4. Ready to roll here in the 7th. And they're off and racing. Jumping out for the lead goes Woodchuck. Right up alongside is Indian Fever. 3 wide, Driftwood. And then 4 wide on the outside, Alabama Slammer. Indian Fever decides to sit off that pace and tucks down 4th along the rail. Behind that one, to the outside comes Cool Comedian and Surf and Turf at the back along the inside. The speed duel out front has Driftwood taking over from Woodchuck, who drops back in second off that heated pace. 2.5 more back to Alabama Slammer. Then along the inside comes Indian Fever, Cool Comedian, and at the back is Surf and Turf, the late closer. Driftwood opens up on the lead, gets away by 2.5. Woodchuck sitting in second, another 2.5 leg back on the outside. Alabama Slammer joined inside by Indian Fever. Another 2 back to Cool Comedian, and still trailing is Surf and Turf. The half went in 47 flat. It's a very quick pace out there with Driftwood and Scott Spieth holding the advantage. Woodchuck now inching closer from second. Up the rail, Indian Fever comes alive. He's third alongside Alabama Slammer, hanging tough with the leader. Then a gap of another 3.5 back to Cool Comedian. Surf and Turf, another 5 lengths behind them. It's still Driftwood with a short lead. Up on the outside, Alabama Slammer between horses. Indian Fever looks to challenge for the lead. Down on the inside, Cool Comedian coming late. And on the far outside, Surf and Turf is flying, but a lot to do to get to Driftwood, who has the lead. Here comes Alabama Slammer on the outside, back between horses. Indian Fever and Cool Comedian on the rail. Driftwood hanging tough on the lead. Outside, Alabama Slammer, one last ditch effort, can't get there. Driftwood hangs on for the win. Alabama Slammer second. Looked like Cool Comedian got up for third. It's tight for fourth. Winning time 1:41 and 3.